All right, so for whatever reason, there is no audio, even video for the trade or whatever. But let's go to the one. So the trade that I was just in was just sitting right here at resistance. Got into a trade risking $85. We ended up taking $2 in the trade. First 3 minutes down nice and clean. Up a little bit in that fourth minute and got me out of the trade at 195, which is still a good trade. It's a very good trade of 5 micros. I was looking to come down to this level right here. So it basically came exactly there, or the 200 EMA for the 1 minute, right? Which was developing at the time. And we're going to continue to draw higher because we're looking to get to like the 30,000 area again as QQQ makes its way back up to its highest of all time. We're at 725 of the $750 that we were at before. So we do still have some room for growth, but all of the liquidity is down here. So inevitably we will start to draw back down. But I'll tell you guys what's going on today. And that is all of them. There's a lot of news this week. There's been news and earnings just for the last 2 weeks straight, right? And I will give you guys a brief synopsis of if you've never heard of these things or if you're really new to trading. The first one is going to be right here at 8:15 a.m. It's 7:50 a.m. right now, so we're going to get news. The 7:15 CT, which stands for Central Time, which standard is an hour later, so 8:15 a.m. Our first one's going to be the U.S. ADP employment change. You guys know ADP if you work for a company. ADP is the login payroll that you have, and so the ADP non-payroll non-farm employment change is a monthly private sector job growth report where they review. Basically, it affects the stock market by shaping investor expectations for Federal Reserve interest rate, right? So that's a big one. That's right there, high impact. Then at 8:45, 9:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, you have the U.S. S&P 500 Services PMI, which stands for Purchasing Managers Index. PMI stands for Purchasing Managers Index, right? And this signifies an economic growth. So it's a scale of 0 to 100, and if you get above 50, you're going to have a positive impact on the market. If you get below 50, you're going to have a negative impact on the market. Last week, we got above 50, had a positive impact on the market. The market is already trending strongly. So if this has a positive impact, that's more of a push to the upside. Then you have, last but not least, the ISM, which is the Institute of Supply Management. They have the same PMI, which stands for, Purchasing Managers Index, also on a scale of 0 to 100. And it moves the market because the services that drive most of the U.S. economy, such as shifting stocks and bonds, and the U.S. dollar is based on the growth of inflation. So if there's fears of inflation, the market will increase. There are fears that, which is weird because honestly, there should be, I feel like personally, fears of inflation, and the market should be decreasing. But it's currently, in my opinion, being strongly manipulated to the upside. There is really no reason to keep buying the overbought stocks. Like, the prices are really high. You can push it down, get in at 660, get in at 600. But for whatever reason, they want to keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. So as long as they're pushing, I'm going to ride that trend to the upside. When they start pulling down, I'm going to ride that trend to the downside. But you see, we ran uncontrollably yesterday for hours and hours and hours until the end of the market. And then finally at the supply zone exactly, had a little bit of a pullback on QQ and had a little bit of a pullback on our stock in Q. Still an insane day with an insane run that started at like 3 o'clock in the morning and went from 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay. You can even take it back to 6 o'clock in the afternoon right now. You can even take it back to 11:15 at night. From 11:15 at night until the close of the market just ran up. I've got the a little bit of the zone drawn up here. I'm at the edges of both. Great either way. I'll get into a continuation of things that seem like they're gonna really push up hard, and then I'll move up into this area if I feel like this news is gonna skyrocket us. But because we're so high right now, I'm not really expecting like a crazy move until like 10 o'clock for the market to have a big change, whatever the case. But listen, guys, that's it. Just a little short video. Let you guys know what's coming on in the news. Made $200 off of the trade, and we're moving on to later on this morning. Probably take another trade about 8:15. after I see what the market's gonna do. If I feel like it's gonna be like an explosive play, I will cancel out this top order. This bottom order should be fine. If it crawls all the way down there, that's $200 from where we're at currently. We should have a nice little reaction on that. This is only $90 from where we currently are, so I have to watch this one very strongly. Y'all have a great day. Y'all know the motto: take the easy money. And as always, this is your boy Sebastian, and this has been another full transparency trading session. I'm out.